you'd notice that I've got the verses back to front in that song. I don't know what came over me. It's been a long drive. Oh, you got the lyric sheet? Thank you. But this is a song just to prove that I'm actually that guy from Squeeze, and not just a bloke from a covers band. Sensibles from the rocks above the past, the cowards take position in the bushes and the grass. The scorers with the cuckoo, she is tied against a tree. She doesn't mind a language, it's a beating she don't need. She lets loose all the horses when the corporal is asleep. He wakes to find the fire dead and arrows in his axe. But David Crockett rides around and says, let's go for cats, let's go for cats. The Sweeney's doing it right because he got nowhere to go to get a gang of villains in a shed-out that they throw. They're counting out the vipers when the handcuffs suck again. They're in and out all once a fifth the numbers on their names. It's funny and the missus always looks so bleeding same. And meanwhile at the station there's a couple of likely lads who swear like that's your father and they're very cool for cats and cool for down the pub, I see in my reflection I'm looking slightly rough. I fancy this, I fancy that, I wanna be some flash. I'll give a little muscle and I'll spend a little cash, but all I get is bitter and a nasty little rash. And by the time I'm sober I've forgotten what I've had, and everybody tells me it's cool to be a cat, it's cool for cats. With this bit of the song. Glenn wrote a kind of strange middle eight with a bit of guitar and loads of drums on it. We're just going to hang out on this bit for a bit. We might even break into Dark Star by the Grateful Dead. If any of you got babysitters to go home to, you better give them a call, we're going to be here. Probably till tomorrow morning. When Squeeze first got together and we went out on tour, we were in the back of a tiny little van and we were heading up and down all the motorways of England and Scotland, and in those days there wasn't very many places to stop and get something to eat, and it always amazes me that many times I've been to America you just have to go like a mile and there's somewhere to eat. It may not be good, but there's plenty of places. We've been debating that for the last week now. We're glad to see that Wendy's is making a comeback. Dunkin' Donuts is starting to turn a corner. Starbucks is going downhill a little bit. McDonald's we don't even talk about. Anybody else? Burger King's okay, yeah, I guess if you eat meat, yeah. Cracker Barrel, now we're talking. First time I stopped in Crackleback Barrel, which was only last year on the Squeeze tour, and I thought I'd retired. There's people shuffling about there in those rocking chairs. They were playing sort of kind of weird country music that makes you go grey when you listen to it. And the waitresses were like 9 years old. And the antiques aren't antiques at all, you know. It's a lot of rubbish. They're made by some Chinese people. So it's a real treat to go into a Cracker Barrel, and there was no cheese in there at all. wheelbarrow cheese. But anyway, talking about going on the road with Squeeze, I don't know why I'm drifting on this. I told you might be here till tomorrow. We stopped at a motorway service station, as it was in those days, and everybody got their meal apart from myself and Jules, and we went up to the counter and we wanted something from the children's menu. It was actually baked beans, if anybody knows what they are. Chips, of course we all know what they are. And fish fingers, anybody heard of them? Yeah. Okay, fish fingers, we all know what they are. And the lady said, you can't have those because they're on the children's menu. And we said, well, that's what we want. And she said, well, you can't have them. Do you want something else? I said, no. I want fish fingers, chips and beans. She said, you can't have them. They're on the children's menu. I said, what about if I give you £50? She looked both ways. She said, that's bribery. I said, I know. And then Jules said, if I give you £50 as well, it's £100 for 2 children's purchases. She wasn't having any of it though, and she said, look, if you guys don't wise up, I'm going to call the manager. So the manager came over. He said, what do you guys want? I said, I want fish fingers, chips and beans. And I'm prepared to pay big money for it. He said, I'm calling the police. And the police came. Everybody else in the band had had their meal and was ready to get back in the van. Me and Jules were still at the counter over a bit of fish fingers. And the policeman walked in and he said, oi oi, what's going on here? As they do in all good black and white films. And I said, well, I just want some fish fingers, baked beans and chips, but they won't sell them to me, and they're trying to throw us out. And he said, are you that guy from Squeeze? And I said, yeah, I am. He said, can I have your autograph for my wife?